How can I seamlessly interact with people? How can I put my authentic self out there? How can I be a nice conversationalist, a good socializer? All of these are questions that people struggling with social anxiety seem to ask all the time. My answer is that you don't. You cannot. You cannot do that, just like an overweight person cannot go on a clean diet. Do you know why the overweight person is unable to consistently stay on a clean diet? Because the diet is not the issue. They are the issue. Their mind is the issue. And what does the overweight person need in order to finally lose weight? They don't need a certain pill, a specific recipe. They don't even need habits. They need to destroy their identity and to replace it with a new one. And that's exactly what you need if you want to be this socializer, this fantastic socializer. Because you, with your current perceptions, with your current thought processes of a socially anxious person, even implementing all those social skills advice to perfection, everything would be in vain. Because you will always be addicted to those specific skills, and they don't even do the job properly. Because when socializing, 95% of what it's 95% of what actually matters is your vibe, is who you are and how you feel, not exactly the specifics of what you say and like how you keep your chest and your head and where you look. Because all those things come naturally when you are actually in the proper state of mind. Now, going through a change like that is really difficult because your socially anxious state is everything that you've ever known. Like you have probably suffered from social anxiety already for a long time. So the process to get rid of this part of you, to really destroy that identity and replace it with a new one, it's going to take a long time as well, and you have to be patient. That's why I absolutely hate these quick advices when it comes to better social performances. Because you got conditioned to believe that there is that special pill that you have to take at 6:35 p.m. every single day in order to lose weight. And that special pill, in our case, are all those videos online explaining the top 5 ways of being charismatic. They are tactics that will do the job to some extent, but they get you addicted to more and more and more tactics, and they push you more and more away from who you authentically are and from how you authentically tend to behave. And the actual connections, the actual great socializer is waiting for you there in your authenticity, in who you really are, in having no filters, in having no tactics whatsoever. Forgetting about all of those social skill advice, everything you've heard online, and just being who you tend to be. Having fun, being relaxed, it's literally all about that. And that is how you develop the skill of talking to people, of engaging in conversations, and of really putting your authentic charisma out there. By being yourself, your true self, not this inauthentic shell that's suffering from traumatic events of social anxiety. Because this is what actually started to push you away from that authentic core. Social traumas. Going through situations where you felt embarrassed, where maybe you were bullied, or maybe you just felt rejected by the world. So automatically you started separating who you really are from what's acceptable. And it's no wonder that you end up taking advice. There's no wonder that after going through something like this, you end up taking advice online. You take it so seriously because it's just the same way in which you created that split within this part of me is acceptable, this part of me is rejected. You just split tested everything, this works, this doesn't work. And you started taking the advice from your mind that only wants acceptance. Your mind that only cares about like being accepted by everyone and not being rejected, essentially. The same way you took advice from your mind back then, now you're taking advice from people that have a lot of credibility and seem really knowledgeable and outgoing and social. I mean, it's hard not to fall into that trap anyway. These pieces of advice, these quick tips you see online, are doing you more bad than good. Because the only way you could literally become a good socializer, you could become the socializer that you are meant to be, the great person to be around, authentically, is to dive deep there, remove all inauthenticity, and discover who you really are and just embrace that.